Morning, it's Green Thumb. So, potato and bucket experiment. Right there. These are Norland Reds. They've been planted here 70 odd days. This one's totally finished. This one is mostly finished. And that one is still trucking along. I have an idea. It's probably because there's more soil in that blue pot. So what we're going to do today is we're going to dump this one, and we're going to dump that one, and we're going to see what kind of potatoes we pulled out of here. There's probably, I don't know, I think 6 chitted potatoes in each, give or take. It was a while ago. So we're going to pour it out, and let's see what kind of potatoes we got out of here. I'm trying to see if this is a viable way to grow potatoes on a large format without having to have them in the ground, because I can get lots of containers like this, but sometimes having in-ground real estate's a little trickier, right? So we're going to see what we can do. I've also done the potato tower, if you guys saw the potato tower video. If not, check it out. I released it about a week ago or so. That was disappointing, not gonna lie. That one sucked. But I have an idea where we went wrong on that. I'll get into that a little bit later. So I'm going to flip this camera around. We're going to take all these totes over to the tarp over there where you saw me take that potato tower apart. We're going to dump these suckers out, and I'm really hoping there's enough potatoes in there to make something like this worthwhile. You guys ready? Let's find out. Okay, so here's that first bin. This is what's left of the potatoes, right? They're done, they're fried. So we're going to dump this out. I know that there's hopefully enough in here. So I've got straw on the top. That way any of the potatoes that may have grown through the surface are protected from the sun. You don't want your potatoes to be exposed to sunlight or they'll turn green, and green potatoes contain a chemical called solanine, and it'll give you an upset tummy. So here we are. Let's dump this out and see what it looks like. All right, before I go any further, I need you all to go into the comments, and I need you to tell me how many potatoes you think we're pulling out of here. I'm gonna wait. Still waiting. Go into that comment section. Tell me how many potatoes you think we're gonna pull out of this one bin. Okay, here we go. All right, well, first off, I can tell you that these are not Norland Red potatoes. I thought that's what I planted in here. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, so these are, I think these are Yukon Golds. But looks like we have a decent amount of potatoes in here. Let's see what we can pull out. Guys, these are nice potatoes. This one has a butt crack. Worms everywhere. Put all these worms in my weed plants. Keep them healthy. So I just want to say, when you guys are pulling your potatoes, you really shouldn't do it when your soil is soaking wet, because it leaves mud on your potatoes. You want to do it when they're dry. But right now I don't really have that option, so this is when we're doing it. Well, not bad so far. Let's see what else we got in here. All right, potato vines. Oh, looks like we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the matter here. Yeah, you see what I did there? That was good, eh? All right, well, still getting some. Okay. Wow. Not gonna lie, guys, there's a decent amount of potatoes in here. And each one of these is decent size. So, and look at all the worms, just handfuls of worms. Look at that. Who wants to go fishing? Put those over there. Maybe I'll take some of those worms and go fishing with the little fella at one of the creeks around here today. It's kind of one of those days, you know? Okay, still getting more. What do we got here? What's that? Ew, gross. Never seen a potato do that before. Okay, so here we are. There we go. How's that? How many we got here? I'm not going to count these little ones because they're pretty useless. 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, we got 15 potatoes out of one recycle bin. I don't know. For a family of 5, that's not even 2 dinners. I mean, they're nice looking potatoes. Look at that. Right? These are nice looking. But, I don't know. Will I do this again next year? That's a good question. Do I want to take all the time and put the soil in these buckets and water them every day to get these many potatoes out of one recycle box? I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe if I had 30 of these recycle boxes sitting around, might be viable. Also, if these little ones had grown to full size, I'd say this would be worth it, right? Like, we got a pile of little ones. We got a pile of little ones here. So I'd say if this was full-size potatoes, I could definitely justify doing one of these recycle bins. Will I do it again in the future? I'm not too sure. I mean, it's pretty easy to take care of. All you have to do is throw some water in it every day or every other day or whatever. But so for that reason, that's kind of easy. What do you think? What do you guys think? Should we pour the other one out now too? What do you say? Let's do it. All right, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to drag this tote over and we'll pour this one out. Okay, so here is recycle bin number 2. So this is kind of alive. Not really. All the rest of the potatoes, tops are dead. So let's kick this thing over and see what it's like. There, you guys see okay? Good. Okay, how many potatoes do you think are in this one? Write it down in the comments. Take a second. Jump into those comments. Do your keyboard warrior thing. I'm hoping 45 potatoes. Let's call it 45 potatoes. Big numbers, big numbers. Oh. All right, so here's something I want to show you guys. Remember I told you got to keep your potatoes below the soil surface or they'll go green? Green. Right here. It's pushed itself right up out of the soil. So I'm really hoping that's a good sign because if it's pushing its way out of the soil, I'm really hoping that that means there's an awful lot of potatoes in there. Set you guys back up. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Oh, it's just buckets of potatoes. Come on, potatoes. Can you guys see the worms in here? That's when you know you got good soil. Look at that. I've got one handful and there's at least 3 good worms in there. Bonus. Oh! I think this one's going to be a little better than the last one. Let's start a new pile. 1, 2, there's 3. These are nice sized potatoes. That's a nice one. You guys have probably also seen Ghost Prepper's potato bins. He did his in the laundry bin like I did too. See lots of people growing them in those kind of buckets. I suppose if you can get them cheap and just line them up against a wall, probably wouldn't be doing so bad. Okay, so it looks like that's about all there is in this one. We definitely didn't hit 45 potatoes. What do we get out of here? Well, that's what we got. I mean, they are nice size, don't get me wrong. Look at that. I got pretty big hands, so these are a decent potato. One of these will feed an average person. Maybe not an average bear, but definitely an average person. So out of 2 recycle boxes, we have that many potatoes. And out of my potato tower, I have a fraction of that. So on that ground, doing them in these recycle boxes is definitely better than the potato tower. So, yep. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these potatoes, I'm going to dry them out, leave them out for a couple of days to dry out. I'm going to knock all the dirt off, and these potatoes are going to go into storage. And the potatoes in that other big laundry tote over there, right there, I'll do those in a couple of days because those tops are still kind of green, although they're definitely dying back. So, but we had a whole bunch of rain in the last couple of days, so I'm going to let that bucket dry out. I'm not going to give it any water. I'm pretty much just going to shut the life off on it and let them dry out, and then I'll harvest it, and hopefully I won't have as much mud on my potatoes. So that's it. This is what we got. So we've got, I don't know, a week's worth of potatoes out of 2 recycle boxes. I wouldn't say it's worth it, but I would say if you're trying to grow potatoes in like a backyard, on a patio, something along those lines, you got a bunch of bins like that, I'd call this viable. I wouldn't call it efficient, but I would certainly call it viable in a sense. You know, especially if you don't eat potatoes, you know, every few days. If you grow a whole bunch of buckets like this, you could do an early variety, a mid variety, and some late varieties, and pretty much keep yourself in potatoes for the whole season. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts on the matter. All right, guys. Well, if you have any questions or comments or whatever, hit me up. You guys know how to reach me. Thanks, guys. See ya.